Okay, thank you for coming to another segment of Ray Ray and Divine Scarlet's. Well, today we're going to talk about Mercury retrograde. One of the reasons why is because one is coming up again, and they always come up 4 times a year. And a lot of people go, "Oh my God, no!" Or, "Oh, great, here I go back into stress," or, "Great, now I can't move out." And this is one subject that I really find to be very comical to a degree. And I guess that's kind of Mercury, right? He's kind of funny, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, to me, the reason is I picked this one is because I want to help undo everything that most astrologers that you're reading online do, especially if you're reading it on TikTok or Instagram or something.
Oh God.
Spirituality takes a while to get. You're not going to get everything off an Instagram post or a TikTok going, ooh, 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 ooh. Anyway,
No.
so some people are coming to me going, "Oh no, what's going to happen? All my life's going to go to shit, and I'm needing to move out. Now I can't move out." So I just want to put like a stop to this idea. Okay, so stop. And the reason I won't really want to do this too is like I'm tired of talking about all the things that are the taboos that Mercury retrograde has that it doesn't. And I don't know if you have anything to say there, Craig, but
Where do you begin with this? First of all, like a lot of people, like, for example, here's a great example of a misconception of Mercury retrograde. Like, me and you met during a Mercury retrograde. I remember we met during a Mercury retrograde because, it was like 5 or 6 years ago now. And we're still friends. So, but like it says, some astrologers teach that be wary of people you meet in a Mercury retrograde. They may do this or may do that. The relationship won't be everlasting. But you've been one of the most consistent friends in my life ever since. I don't really speak to anyone online who I met 6 years ago, like from different countries except for you. So that doesn't make sense. It's, of course, there are always, even during a non-Mercury retrograde, there are times when you can meet people like that who may just come into your life for a brief moment and then go back out. That's just the nature of existence, of course. But I think the whole don't sign any lease or contracts during a Mercury retrograde thing as well. The reason why they say that is because for people who weren't born in a Mercury retrograde, when Mercury does go retrograde, they tend to see an inverted reality at times, which means that they're not really perceiving in a correct manner. So it's not that you shouldn't sign a lease or anything like that. You just need to be a little more clearer in yourself in what it is that you really should be doing. Once you have clarity, you can go ahead and do whatever you want, even during a Mercury retrograde. Now, of course, the influence of the planet is very real. And especially when it comes to devices and Mercury retrograde, like things do break, like printers, for example, and photocopiers around me during the Mercury retrograde have just broke for no reason. I bought a phone during a Mercury retrograde once, and it didn't even work. I had to take it back and get a new one. So there are some truths to it, but the whole thing about being hesitant and not moving forward in your life until Mercury retrograde is ended is just ridiculous. That's my take on it.
I absolutely agree too. And I really feel like Mercury's here to actually give you information that you need. So if you're wondering about something, you can't make a decision about something, it will increase at the beginning of Mercury retrograde. And because of our need to always know everything, which we don't actually know, it creates an extra bit of stress in you. So if that's what you're feeling, if you're feeling like a tense time during Mercury, is because it's giving you this amplified version of like, oh, what do I do? Which road do I take? But he's also, like, to me, the door opener and closer. So you may be thinking you're heading one direction, but then he gives you this slice of information that you've been wondering, which opens up a different door. And you just have to be patient with it to understand the entire revolution of the whole thing. And I also think that if once you hit the midpoint, and that's when the sun and Mercury are in the same degree, it starts.
Yeah.
I think of it as almost like a river that's been blocked up. And Craig is so right about all your appliances, all your electronics breaking. That's a thing. That is a thing. And also in my job, mail needs to go on time, emails have to go on time.
Oh yeah.
And those get lost even. So I prepare to not get upset that any of that's getting lost. And as long as you might even laugh.
Like there was a time during maybe, I don't know what Mercury retrograde it was, but Facebook just shut down, didn't it, for a while? For an hour or so, and it was everywhere. Everyone was tripping, saying Facebook's gone. Oh my god! But it was just Mercury retrograde. Obviously, done something to the mainframe or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But that was during a Mercury retrograde too. Now I was born in a Mercury retrograde, so I don't even feel it really. I don't feel it. I actually get, I'm a writer by profession as well. I do a lot of writing. And whenever Mercury is retrograde, I always find myself editing my work on a deeper level. Like right now, I'm working with an editor from Canada. She's editing my story, and she's passing the manuscript back and forth with me just to, tweak everything and making sure everything's in order. And that's just what I'm doing now with her. So, Mercury retrograde, it internalizes the energies, especially for people who weren't born during a Mercury retrograde, so they're going to be internalizing their energy. It just gives you an opportunity to review all your choices, and that's it. That's what all retrogrades do.
Yeah, I've noticed actually with all the people who I know who are born during a Mercury retrograde, they have actual luck during Mercury retrograde, everything goes their way. They make all this money.
Yeah.
They had no idea that they were going to make. And so and all that Mercury retrograde really means is that, for instance, the reason Craig is a writer is where I blurt stuff out of my mouth without thinking. And then I'm like, oh, shoot, I should have said that. Craig doesn't do that. So in a way, Mercury retrograde, because it's rethinking and planning a certain idea, is actually a more thoughtful way to express feelings and ideas. And also when I was talking about that midpoint, so to me, it's it's almost like a river that dams up, where you can't see. And then once that midpoint hits, it seems to release to me, slowly.
Yeah.
But it doesn't wait till the end to me. I don't know how you feel about that.
Well, this can manifest in countless ways because it also depends on how it's hitting your charts, Yeah. For example, if Mercury retrograde is opposing your Mars, you could get into an argument or a fight with a male or something like that. That can happen. But this Mercury retrograde in particular is occurring in Libra. Okay. Now Libra is famously known to be an indecisive sign already. So with Mercury retrograde going in Libra, people are going to be even more indecisive. And that's what it tends to do to people naturally anyway, because they don't know whether they should sign this contract or whatever during a Mercury retrograde. There's already this taboo or placed over it. I just want to tell everyone who's watching, just ignore that. Just ignore that. As long as before making here's what you should do. Before making any important decision in life, and this even goes for when Mercury isn't retrograde, this is just a general rule of life. Before making any really significant decision in your life, meditate on it. Listen to yourself, still yourself, be quiet, and you'll find the answer that you really need. That's it. That's all you need to do.
Well, some people don't know how to listen to themselves, and that's another whole...
Yeah, emotional intelligence is something a lot of people lack, unfortunately.
I've also noticed, and I've been charting this for a while, that if a full moon or an eclipse happens a day or two before the midpoint, which is the sun and Mercury at the exact same degree, it seems to bring that flow of information out quicker.
It can. The full moons, anything significant that happens transit-wise on a full, that full moon kind of sets the tone for it. All the planets are interconnected, So, for example, when Taurus, Uranus moved into Taurus, there was actually a full moon in Taurus that same month. You know, so that like boom, like a double whammy. Here we go. We're in Taurus, Uranus and Taurus now for like 8 years because that's how long it takes. But I just think that during the Mercury retrograde in Libra as well, people are going to be probably reflecting on their relationships, you know, and partnerships as a whole. You know, maybe some will end during this Mercury retrograde and then get back together after it. That tends to happen as well. But as long as people have clarity on who it is they really are, then that should be always the starting point.
I mean, I think a lot of people also with a predominant Libra have either indecision issues or codependency issues. And
South Node in Libra. And I, for like the first 30 years of my life, suffered so badly with indecisiveness. I really do think it's gone now. And I realized something really simple about it. When I gain clarity on who it is I actually am, you know, and not who everyone else taught me that I should be, you know, because Libra tends to define themselves through the eyes of other people. Mm-hmm. So that's what I was doing unconsciously for a long time. When I actually realized who I truly am, that indecisiveness just disappeared completely because I know now what I want, what I want to achieve, what my goals are. Everything is right there.
That's good because that was like the most annoying part of you, I think.
She's an Aries, so like her sun is literally opposing my South Node, and she's just like, "Come on, man!" Like, but yeah.
Sorry. I couldn't help saying that. So anybody with Libra planets or anything cardinal, you may feel this. And, you know, don't worry, things will come. The beginning may be a little bit stressful for you, but just know that it's coming. The information that you know that you're looking for is on its way. So you should be happy about that.
Yeah, Mercury retrograde, there's a lot of taboos and there's a lot of misconceptions about it, and we just made this little video to try and highlight some of them. And you don't need to put your life on hold during a Mercury retrograde, okay? It happens 4 times a year for typically around 3 weeks, but also including the shadow phase of each one on each side as well. It's around 6 weeks of your life, 4 times a year, which is 24 weeks in a year. Are you going to put your life on hold for 24 weeks a year? No, just because a planet that orbits the sun staying retrograde. Come on. That's all I'm going to say.
So yeah, get used to it and get to be friends with it. That's what I like to say. Be friends with the things that you are most feared, or that your shadow is. I like to tell people, you know, everybody has like a Darth Vader side, like the dark side, but you have to look at it, even though you. Well, Craig is a Scorpio here, so he is like Darth Vader, if Darth Vader.
Yeah. It's important for you to know. Don't just say, oh, Mercury's in retrograde. Check your own chart first. Maybe you were born in a Mercury retrograde, and maybe it could actually be even more of a blessing to you when that time arrives, because maybe it's not even the Mercury retrograde that's causing all your stress. Maybe it's just your perception of it, your thoughts of the actual, you know, that period of time. That, you know, maybe you're just creating your own stress. I remember when I first really started studying astrology, I took the full moons very seriously. And, you know, I even began to fear them at first, fearing a full moon. But when I did, I noticed I felt the moon's energy so much more. Like my perception of the full moon amplified it because I was allowing it to determine or to dictate my emotional state. And we can do that with any planet. And I think true astrology really begins when you realize that the planets don't really affect you. They reflect on what's going on inside of your consciousness. And, you know, if you can go beyond their influence, then you find your true self.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for joining us today, and we will see you soon.